life's crooked road, lots of things I never knowed, and because of me not knowing, I now find trouble got in the trail. Spent the next 5 years in jail. Should have read that detour sign. Detour, there's a muddy road ahead. Detour, paid no mind to what it said. Detour, all these bitter things I find. Should have read that detour sign. When I got right to the place where it said about face, I thought all my worries were behind. But the further I go, the more sorrow I know. Should have read that detour sign. Detour, there's a muddy road ahead. Detour, paid no mind to what it said. Detour, all these bitter things I find. Should have read that detour sign. Got stuck in the mud, all my hopes dropped with a thud. I reckon my heartstrings are made of twine. I got no willpower to get from the hole that I'm in yet. Should have read that detour sign. Detour, there's a muddy road ahead. Detour, paid no mind to what it said. Detour, all these bitter things I find. Should have read that detour sign. Should have read, Lord, should have read that detour sign. Pecos Bill was quite a cowboy down in Texas, a western superman to say the least. He was the roughest, toughest critter ever known to be a quitter, and he never had no fear of man or beast. So yippee-yi-yay, yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo, for the toughest critter west of the Alamo. Once he roped a raging cyclone out of nowhere, and he straddled it and settled down with ease. And as that cyclone bucked and flitted, Pecos rolled the smoke and lit it, and he tamed that ornery wind down to a breeze. So yippee-yi-yay, yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo, for the toughest critter west of the Alamo.
Once there was a drought that spread all over Texas, so to sunny California he did go. Though this gag seems kinda corny, he brought rain from California. That's the way we got the Gulf of Mexico.
So yippee-yi-yay, yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo, for the toughest critter west of the Alamo.
Once a band of rustlers stole a herd of cattle, but they didn't know the herd they stole was Bill's. When he caught those crooked villains, Pecos knocked out all their fillings, and that's the reason why there's gold in them there hills.
So yippee-yi-yay, yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo, for the toughest critter west of the Alamo. Pecos lost his way while traveling on the desert. It was 90 miles across the burning sand. He knew he'd never reach the border if he didn't get some water. So he got a stick and dug the Rio Grande. I-dee-da-lo-dee-dee-oh-oh-dee-ay-oh-dee. I-dee-da-lo-dee-oh-oh-dee-ay-oh-dee.
While reclining on a cloud high over Texas, with his guns he made the stars evaporate.
And when he saw those stars declining, Pecos left one brightly shining as the emblem of the Lone Star Texas State.
So yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo, as the emblem of the Lone Star Texas State.
An old cowpoke went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way, when all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw plowing through the ragged sky. And up the cloudy draw,
still on fire and their hooves were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky, for he saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cry.
Their eyes were blurred and shirts all soaked with sweat. They're riding hard to catch that herd, but they ain't caught 'em yet. 'Cause they got to ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire. As they ride on, hear their cry.
On by him, he heard one call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell riding on our range, then cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride, trying to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies.
Sun goes down, work's all done, evening's here at last. Moon comes up behind the hills I love, and now I'm riding home.
He's riding home.
See that lonesome cowboy riding down that lonesome trail. Moonlight shadows swaying to the tune of his lonesome wail.